Thanks for joining me. My name is Janice. This is Joyful Heart Yoga. Today we're going to do a practice that we're going to lead up to balancing half moon. So feel free to start either on your back or in a comfortable seat. Always want to start where you can be most comfortable. So if you have a blanket to support your head or to sit on, and you might like a couple blocks for when we get to our balanced positions. So we're going to sit up nice and tall or lay back and close the eyes and take a couple of nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel yourself begin to come into this time and space as you let go of outside distractions. Be present to your breath and take a few moments to just notice how you feel. Are there any areas in your body that need a little extra attention? Your practice should not create pain. And embrace where you are. Today we're going to work a little bit with balance, so allow yourself to be a little playful. Don't get too frustrated. Just allow yourself to explore and experiment and meet yourself where you are. You might take a moment to set an intention. What words do you need to hear today? And carry that with you throughout your practice. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Let it settle. Feel free to keep your eyes open, closed, or gently blink them open. And then as you inhale, allow your arms to reach up and release them down. So if you're lying on your back, your arms might reach up to the sky or to the floor behind you. If you're in a seated position, you might lift your arms in line with your shoulders or all the way up to the sky. Just continue flowing a few times with your breath. Just feel yourself getting longer and then releasing. Last time. Allow your arms to release back down by your sides. Gently turn your head side to side. And wherever you are, making your way to all fours. So you might like to cushion or pad your knees with a little bit of a blanket if you have. And then make your table comfortable. So spread your fingers nice and wide. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Hips over your knees, find neutral, and then begin to cat-cow. So we inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, open up, lift the crown of your head. Exhale, gently drop your chin towards your chest. Feel your whole spine moving, not forcing the movement. And then feel free to stay here, or maybe you round and sit your hips towards your heels and then press back up into that cow. Might feel nice to circle your hips and your torso from side to side, just bringing some movement. And if you went in a circle, change directions. We come back to neutral. Nice flat back. Gently drop your chin towards your chest and roll it along your collarbone. And we bring the head back to neutral. Some spinal balance. You might bring your legs a little closer together. And then as you inhale, your right leg extends straight back behind you. Flex the foot. Stay here. Your left arm can extend or stay on the mat. Continue reaching, looking towards the floor so your head is an extension of your spine. And then gently come back to all fours, switch sides. So inhale, your left leg extends straight back, stay there, or right arm can extend. Breathing here. And then gently come back to all fours. This time, extend your right leg straight back behind you. Flex and point the foot. And then flex the foot, bend the knee, look straight ahead. Continue to push the floor away, engaging through your belly. Stay here. Or your left fingers might reach towards the back of the room, or you might grab hold of your foot. Continue lifting. Let your hips continue to point forward. Knee stays close to the other leg so you're not opening it out. And then very gently releasing back to neutral. We switch sides, so left leg extends straight back. Point and flex the foot. And then we flex the foot, bend the knee, look straight ahead. Stay here, or right hand actively reaches back, or you grab hold of the foot. Continue to lift and press and breathe. And then very gently release. It might feel nice to sit back in child's pose. You can let your forearms come down and roll out your wrists. When we come back up to all fours, we're going to let the right leg extend long and let the foot ground. You can kickstand your left leg and then start to open your chest and belly. Bring your top hand to your hip. So you're pushing the floor away with your left hand, right hand on the hip, right foot grounded. So really think about lifting in the hips, push the floor away. Top hand can stay on the hip or reach up to the sky. Continue to lengthen, opening up. Option to stay here or engage your belly. You might shift your weight, get light on your foot. It might just hover. Might start to lift a little bit more in line with your hip. Thinking about that leg being active as if you were trying to stand on that foot. Nice breath in. Gently lower the leg. Release the hand back to the floor. And knees together. Table. Give it a little shake or cat-cow. And we'll do the other side. I'll just turn around so you can again see it. Left leg extends. Plant the foot. Kickstand your right leg. Left hand to your hip. Inhale, push away. Breathe. So really feel your core stabilizing you. You're pressing through the foot. Your grounded leg is anchored down. And then gently shift your weight and maybe you lift the leg. And it might just hover, or you might get a little bit more of a lift. And then very gently lower the foot, release the hand. You're back to all fours table, a little wiggle. And then you can sit back in child's pose, reach your arms long. And we'll take a little side bend. So inhale, just lift a little. And as you exhale, let your hands walk over towards the left edge of your mat and sink down. Still facing the floor. Your right hand might come on top of your left. And breathe into your side body. And then inhale, come back to center, and exhale, walk it towards the right. And inhale back to center. Exhale, sink into your child's pose. Option to stay here for a few breaths or press up into a down dog. So spread your fingers. Start to lift your hips to tuck your toes and then press your hips back. Heels are pressing towards the floor. They don't have to touch. Your knees can stay bent, or they could start to straighten. Maybe you bend and extend one leg at a time. Head between the arms, pressing through your whole hand, your thumb and forefinger. And then wherever you are, coming to a forward fold. So tuck your toes from child's pose. You can walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Allow yourself to hang over your legs. Bend your knees as much as you like. Maybe you hold opposite elbows and rock a little bit side to side. And then inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale, releasing. Take a couple breaths here. Suggest to standing. And we find our mountain pose. So feet are about hip distance apart. Lift and spread your toes, ground them down. Stand up nice and tall. Let the crown of your head reach towards the sky. Maybe you close your eyes and breathe here. Allow your breath to steady. And then as you inhale, allow your arms to sweep out and up. And exhale, take a fold. Soften through the knees. Hands find the thighs, your shins, perhaps your blocks or the floor. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale as you rise all the way back up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Step your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Roll your shoulders back and bring either the palms of your hands to your low back or interlace your fingers, elbows bent, palms open, or bring your palms together and straighten your arms. So really thinking about broadening across the collarbone, lifting your chest, opening your heart. And then as you exhale, keep that opening, keep the length as you fold. Stop halfway so you feel that opening across the chest. Hands resting on your back, or perhaps now you come a little further, dropping your head towards the floor. If your fingers are interlaced, knuckles towards the sky. If palms are on the back, elbows towards the sky, towards each other. And then using the strength in your belly, your legs, and your arms, start to press yourself back up. Release and inhale, sweep it out and up. And exhale, let it go. Release your shoulders. And then just a little bit of a rotation. Get a little twist side to side. And we'll come into tree pose. So if you have a wall and you want to use that for some support, especially if you're practicing maybe on carpet, balance might be a little bit challenged. So ground through your feet, shift your weight, and then start to open up. So kickstand, some very steady tree, stay here. You might flex your foot, slide your foot to your calf, or assist your foot to your inner thigh, below or above your knee. Branches stay rooted down. They can come through the heart. You can cactus or reach your arms to the sky. So lots of tree variations. Find your breath, maybe experiment with a few. It's okay if your tree wobbles or falls over, right? So like embrace that wobble. And I take a deep breath in and exhale, let it go, shake it out. Switching sides, so grounding through the feet, shifting your weight as you open up, standing tall, and then take your time. Find your tree. We usually have a side that is easier or more challenging. And we take a breath in the exhale, let it go. Shake it out. come into a straddle, so turning sideways on your mat so you're facing the long way just as I am. Legs are nice and wide, feet are parallel. You can reach your arms out sometimes. Wrists over ankles is a nice alignment to get that distance, and lower the arms. Take a cleansing breath. Inhale, reach it out and up. Exhale, release it. We're going to take a fold. So inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, stop halfway with a flat back, or continue towards the floor. You might bring your blocks here for some support. Just letting the ground come to you. And then engage your belly, maybe soften through your knees. Your hands can come to your legs or reach wide as you press up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let your toes turn in slightly towards each other. Hands can start on your hips. Let your right toes turn out, trying to stay facing forward, and then start to bend and extend your leg a few times. And that may mean you have to adjust your feet a little bit wider so your knee stops over your ankle. And then when that feels good, hold it. Hands at hips or reaching straight out from the shoulders. Warrior two. Maybe you look over your right fingertips. And we come into side angle. So keep your legs nice and strong. Take a breath in. Can bring your left hand to your hip, and as you exhale, start to reach. And when you can't reach any further, perhaps your forearm comes to your thigh, where it actively reaches towards the floor. Top hand can stay on the hip or reach to the sky. So think about your hips sinking, keeping your chest and belly open, and connecting, keeping with that steady breath. And then we'll inhale to exalted warrior. So legs stay strong. Start to reach that right arm up to the sky, and your left hand comes down the leg. Breathing here. And on an exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, turn the toes forward. Release the arms. Nice breath in. And exhale, let it go. Other side. So toes slightly inward towards each other. Another left leg rotates. A few in and out of that warrior. Again, finding that range on this side, and then allowing yourself to settle. Hands stay on the hips or reach straight out. Steady your breath. And then we come into that side angle. So take a breath in, start to reach as you exhale, and then allow that arm to gently rest or actively reach, opening up your chest. Right hand on the hip or to the sky, settling in with your breath. Exalted warrior. Inhale, sweep your left arm to the sky, right arm down your leg. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg, lower the arms. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, release it down. All right, so time for balancing half moon. You might like to take, really only need one block, you'll move it both sides. So come back into this straddle position. Let your toes turn in slightly. And then let your right leg turn open. Come back into that warrior two stance. Left hand to your hip. Hold the block with your right hand. Take a nice breath in, let it go. And then we start to shift our weight into that right foot. Walk your left leg in a little bit. And then start to bring that block towards the floor. You might just hover. Lift that toe and let it lower. And then start to lift, straightening your right leg, pressing through your left leg. See, even I fall out. And then finding that strength, breathing here. It's okay to come in and out. Take your time. And then your gaze might be looking down or out. It's probably why I'm having such a hard time looking at you at the camera. So looking down to start, and then looking out. Top hand to the hip, or it might start to reach towards the sky. And just play a little bit. And then when you're ready, try to come down nice and slowly back into your warrior two. Straighten your legs and take a nice cleansing breath. And exhale, release it. We'll do the other side. So go ahead and grab your block. Let your toes turn inward. Left leg rotates. Come back into those warrior two feet. And then we start to shift the weight. Start to bring your weight into that left foot. Bring your block down, right hand to your hip. And again, maybe you just come in and out a few times, finding your gaze. So looking down again is the easiest. Maybe you reach your top arm. And as you practice, you might lift your gaze. And then trying to come down nice and slow back into that warrior two. Straighten your legs. You can put your block aside. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. And we'll come down onto our mats to a seat with our legs extended. So I always like to prop my hips, so a blanket, a block, something to sit on. Allow yourself to sit up nice and tall. Reach the arms up. Exhale, start to reach forward and then release them down. They might come to your thighs or your shins or your feet, but not forcing it. And then gently coming up, we'll wake our way to our back. So you can scoot forward. This blanket can come for underneath your head, can roll yourself down or roll to your side. And when you get there, hugging your knees into your chest for a moment, allowing yourself to rock side to side. And then plant your feet on the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Gently press your knee open. Stay here. Or your hands can come around your left thigh or shin. And breathe into the stretch. Allow yourself to settle. And gently release it. We'll switch sides. Left ankle over right thigh. Flex the foot. Stay here. Or wrap the hands around your right thigh or shin. And gently release. And then take a whole body stretch. Reach your arms and legs away from each other. Exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Press through your left foot. Maybe a little rocking side to side. And then whole body stretch. Reach your arms and legs away. Exhale, hug your left knee in and breathe. Whole body stretch. And exhale, hug both knees into your chest. Gently rock. And we come into a gentle twist. Just let your knees start to fall over to one side. If your blocks were within reach and you want to put one underneath or between your legs, your arms can open in a T or a cactus. And look over one shoulder. And let your body settle. Close your eyes. And gently come back to center, hugging both knees into your chest. And then switching sides. So allowing your knees to fall over to the other side, opening up your arms, maybe looking over the other shoulder, and breathing here. And gently coming back to center. Take a full body stretch. And then as you exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Lift your head towards your knees and just make yourself nice and small. And then open up for Shavasana. Allow your body to spread out. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. One more like that. Deep breath in. Let it go. And feel yourself settling, letting go of tension as you find a few moments of quiet and stillness. Allowing yourself to be present to the sensation of your breath. And if you have time, stay here as long as you like. And when you're ready, you start to bring awareness to the breath and to the body. Allow your breath to deepen. Gentle movements as you wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your wrists, ankles, whatever movement feels good. You can bend the knees and roll to one side, supporting the head with your blanket or your lower arm. Soaking up a few more moments. And then pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat with your eyes still closed and your palms up or down in your lap. Let your chin drop down towards your chest and slowly roll it along the collarbone. Bring your head back to neutral. Gather your hands at your heart. Connect with your breath. Feel the effects of your practice Thank yourself for showing up. Spend a little time exploring and maybe trying a new pose. Together we take a nice deep breath in, reaching the arms overhead, palms to touch. Slowly lowering to the forehead, we remind ourselves to think kind thoughts, to the lips to speak kind words, and to our hearts to always guide our actions. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.